It seems I'm going to have to make two separate videos tonight. I don't know, maybe I can fit it all in one. But I just got up a little while ago, and I wanted to make a video yesterday before I went to bed, but I just never got around to it. But I wanted to talk about a few things. And it just so happens, I just read an article also about the very topic I wanted to talk about anyway, which was the origins of the concentration camps that we have in our country, which is Rex 84, Cable-splicer, and Garden Plot. You know, that subject that got brought up when Ollie North was sitting in that congressional hearing. Well, I just read an article on Steve Quayle's site all about the 800 camps that are in this country, and it's not just America. It's Canada. It's the whole world, really. Because if you want to know the truth, even the camps in from the Nazi Germany era, like Dachau, are being used to house refugees. And then you have all these camps on the border in America where it appears, DHS, FEMA, is getting their practice in for how they're actually going to run the camps for Americans. And I think it's safe to assume that it's not going to be a picnic and it's not going to be nothing nice. People like Mike Adams reported that there's actual organ harvesting going on in those border camps. And yes, the female reproductive organ is an organ, the uterus, and they're being removed. So what does that tell you, folks? That tells you that what's coming is going to be a very brutal authoritarian takeover and authoritarian regime. The fact that they even have camps tells a very, very large story. And it tells you everything you really need to know. So, what's the purpose of those camps? Well, again, the purpose, as I've made you aware, is that it fits into the whole endgame. World War III is the goal, to bring foreign troops on American soil. That is the method that they're going to do it. The camps are just sitting there. Most of the 800 are empty. I mean, maybe there's some being filled with these foreigners coming in. The ones that are here for legit reasons, like to work, even though they're not legal migrants. They don't have bad intentions, necessarily. But the whole purpose of them even coming for the globalist agenda is to camouflage the foreign infiltrators that are coming in for the Trojan horse element of the Red Chinese fourth generation warfare doctrine. And I've told you all before what that entails. The Chicoms, for their soft phase of it, have infiltrated us through our borders, through our ports, because they bought our ports, and they have a civil-military fusion policy, and they've also brought in their Club K systems, and so have the Russians, who have also infiltrated us as well, and also all their little allies. There's no doubt that there's a whole host of different nations with different troop levels inside this country. They're all hidden using various means. China has a civil-military fusion policy, so they're using all their properties they've shored up in this country as staging areas for their Trojan horse invasion, because it's going the fourth generation warfare. As a refresher course, the other thing I wanted to talk about in this video is that this is a refresher on that. How it will work is there's going to be embedded troops here under various different disguises, like students, workers, in some cases, small business owners, like the ones that came here and know absolutely no English, but yet they somehow knew how to negotiate their tenants agreements and their business laws and contracts. You know, somehow they're able to do that, but they don't speak any English. That tells you that they had help establishing that business. Well, gee, who helped them do it? Well, it's obviously their overlords, also known as the Red Chinese government and the other governments from the other nations. Well, what's going to happen is when they do decide to invade the United States, and I also told you about that radar station that's responsible for the whole East Coast, when I felt it important enough to let you all know what was going on about that as soon as I read that article. What they're going to do is that they're going to carry out acts of starts with an S, ends with a Taj. They're going to carry that out, and they're going to do more of those sorts of activities, like what they did to the USS Bonham, where it's a metal ship that literally just burned for days on end, and what they did to that radar station. And then what they're going to do is they're going to flood out of every nook, cranny, and crevice, and they're going to go to whatever pre-selected objectives that they were told to go for, TV stations, regime buildings and offices, and all sorts of things. They can literally capture whole cities that way, including probably police stations, whatever they have, key infrastructure. You see these bridges going down. That could be bad infrastructure, sure, but it could also be just a cover story to keep people not freaking out about our country being basically taken down from the inside. And of course, the outside forces will stream in too. Those are the same forces that will take over these 800 camps. And those camps will be then turned on Americans, and they'll be put in them. So, this is all about getting foreign troops on our soil and getting people to take the mark of the beast, because there's many people that still don't want this. So I just wanted to remind you all that all those things are very real, and they're all going on. So may Yeshua bless you and keep you all always.